All right. All right, we back. We Need Answers podcast again. Think we on like episode. I ain't even gonna guess. We on 80 or 90 something though. But today we got my man Gary in here, and we gonna get back. We in the hood series. This is part 3. So first we started on the Avenue. We went to Avenue, McCullough Homes, all of that. Division Street. Then we got Lafayette Division Street. Then we came back over east over the viaduct to Douglas Homes with Larry. And now we still over East Baltimore. We with my man Gary right now. Gary, we came into contact with my cousin Tiff. Check out the episode with Tiff too. That's the Mother's Raising Son episode. It's when we first started. So check that out. It was a very good episode. When I came up with this topic, I pitched it to my cousins in a group text, and they liked it. And she was like, a few days after I pitched it to them, she was like, I think you should get Gary on here. Good dude. He worked with the youth. He from the hood. He know what's up, everything, thing like that. So, like I said in the last episodes, the last parts of these series, I was saying that the purpose of this is just that I'm going to hit every part of the city. Every part, not even got to be the city, be the county too, and just get some perspective of the life, because everybody from YouTube and news and shit like that, they always post a different perspective of us. Even outside there on social media, right. You got West Side talking about East talking about West. Everybody got a perspective, but now we just gonna get it from the real people that live it and show it. So similar, like I said before, similar to the Real Wire, but just more based off of the neighborhood and the area you come from, because we just want to hit all over the city. So kicking it off, you can introduce yourself and then just tell us where you from, and then we talk about what it made you and all that.
So named Gary. I'm born and raised over East Baltimore. Actually, where I'm from, we are actually in the heart of the city, which is I'm from that Preston Street, Bond Street area, East and Preston area. So we're planted right there in the middle of the city between John Hopkins, the old Diggy Land, which is now not Diggy Land no more, of course, and we right between Harford Road. So yeah, we right where I'm born and raised, right in the middle of the heart of the city. Okay. East Baltimore.
Okay. So tell me what it was like growing up around your way.
Man, I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up in the 90s. Growing up was fun, man. It was actually fun growing up in our time. We was raised kind of different. A lot of us were 80s babies. We come from that era where it was the war on drug era. So a lot of our moms and fathers were not were not present, because either they were incarcerated or they was getting high. You know what I mean? So I was raised by my grandmother. Okay. My grandmother raised me along with her other grandkids and her 7 kids. Back when we was growing up, everybody was being raised in one household. So your cousins was like your brothers. Right. Things of that nature. So growing up was fun, man. I played ball from the time I was 8 all the way up until I went to college. All my homeboys, we all played ball. We were kind of popular, just because we played ball, and we had some swag with us, man. And it just was fun growing up at that time, man. We were kids, we could be kids. Wasn't a whole lot of, we ain't had to pick up no guns. We ain't had to deal with none of that stuff at that time. Right. Because the older generation wasn't allowed us to, so things have changed now.
Yeah. A lot more respect back then.
Yeah.
So what schools you went to growing up?
Man, so everybody kind of that know me know this story. I went to 3 different high schools. Okay. Of course, back when they had zone schools, for some reason, if you didn't have the grade point average to go to a Dunbar, City, or Poly, they sent you to your zone school.
That was what, Southern?
Southern.
Yeah.
But I'm from all the way from East Baltimore.
Right.
They sent me off.
His son went there, and I never understood that either.
Yeah. So back then they made our schools zone schools based off of, I guess somehow whatever district you live in and how they lined it up. So I went to Southern. I went down there my freshman and sophomore year. at that time down Southern, man, it was a lot of tension between East Baltimore and Cherry Hill.
Okay.
So I got into a couple fights, a couple brawls, and it just became not safe for a lot of us to continue to go down there because eventually somebody's going to wind up getting hurt. So we had a meeting one time, and they stated we had to have a meeting with the people that was beefing, which was myself and other guys and guys from Cherry Hill, and they had wound up saying that. Man, we had to go, meaning the East Baltimore kids.
Oh, yeah.
So they wound up pitting us out. Well, not pitting us out. They just gave us another chance to go to a different school.
And this was niggas that you was going to school with?
Yeah.
Oh,
so we had a round table meeting.
Yeah. In high school.
In high school. Yeah. And it was serious, man. It was getting serious too. But
so it was more South Baltimore niggas than anything in the school.
Cherry Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of my altercations with Cherry Hill guys. But to this day, man, I see some of them guys. It's all respect.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I said back then, it wasn't about no guns, man. You fought. You fought. You know what I'm saying? They catch you. It was about 7, 8, 9 of them. They caught you slipping. You know what I mean? Then we go back and get them.
Right.
It was nothing where as though we went and got guns and tried to fight each other.
What year was this?
So I went to Southern from 99 to 2000.
Okay.
From 99 to I went to Southern from 97 to 98.
Okay.
Then I got, as I said, put us out. They sent us up Patterson. I got into altercation up there, with a guy. They wound up saying, man, this your last shot. At the time, John Murdoch, who was a basketball coach.
Yeah, used to coach your don't tell me. Chick Webb.
Nah, not Chick Webb, the joint cross from Chick Webb. He used to be over that gym.
Okay.
But John.
But Murdoch was
Big
real
Murdoch.
big. Yeah.
He passed away, man.
Yeah.
But he came to the meeting with me, and he was like, I'm gonna help you get into another school, but it won't be on the east side.
Okay.
And so they sent me over Douglas.
Okay. Oh,
So-
yeah. I
so
know
I
that
went
was
So I went over Doug from 2000 to 2001. And man, it was some of the best times of my life, man. We
Okay.
had a ball over there. My guys that I'm coming from East and them being from West, but they kind of knew me already because I played ball
Right.
most of my life, and it was all love over there. We just wanted to hoop
Yeah.
and just stay out the way. So
Right.
I wound up graduating from Doug in 01. I played ball over there my junior and senior year. We lost about 5 games in 2 years. And then the next year, when I graduated, they wound up winning everything. Went 28-0 the following year. So, but yeah, Doug was cool. We had a good coach over there at Cofield, man. He mentored a lot of us. He was like a father figure to a lot of people that didn't have fathers. And to this day, we all got some type of good relationship with him, man. And that's what we need in these schools today, for real.
Right.
But we do have a lot of them coaches that's doing that type of work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you was nice in hoop?
Yeah, I played, man. My specialty was defense.
Okay.
I played a lot of defense. They used to call me the crumb snatcher.
Okay.
I used to get on whoever was the best player on the team. I used to, play that person, defend that person.
Okay.
To my best of my abilities, man. And I played against a lot of great kids, man. I played, at the time, Malvin Scotts and Sean Lucky's, and I played against Mello one year. I played against a lot of good guys.
How was Mello?
Oh, Mello always been nice. He just was from when we know him, Mello was a point guard.
Okay.
And then, when he as he was getting older, man, he I think they say he grew about 8, 10, 11 inches in one summer. And that was history after that.
This when he was at Towson Catholic?
Yeah, so after he went to Towson Catholic, he went to Oak Hill.
Oh yeah. That's when you played.
So in between, we
Okay.
Towson Catholic. We played Towson Catholic. So in between there, he grew, man, and just and shit,
Yeah,
rest is history. Yeah.
You was down. Was Pooh Bear down there when you was down? Was Southern?
No.
Oh, he was already gone.
Pooh Bear them before me.
Yeah. Okay.
They was all before me. All them guys was before me.
But I want to get him one here. He stood me up.
Best
so
team
far,
in the
but-
city at the time when I was playing was Southern.
Okay.
one of my best friends, Keon Johnson. He was the point guard. Melvin and the guy Lucky. They was the number one team.
Okay.
Back when I was playing.
Right. All right. So when you was growing up, what was your besides the school stuff? What was your feelings on the other sides of town? Like, how did you ever go west or south?
Man, man. Like I said, the time's so different, man. Like, even with basketball was the bridge to everything.
Yeah.
Because we can ride our bikes over to Johnny Howard. We can ride our bikes over to Carver. We can travel in packs and go to those games without no issues because everybody knew we was ball players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So us traveling to those places, man, and not having no issues wasn't no issue now. But it's just now it's just not safe to do those things. You know what I'm saying? So I understand parents who don't allow their kids to do that. But back in our time, we can do those things. We can go to West Baltimore. You know what I mean? We go all these different places and play ball, and it's never been no issues for her.
Right. Your whole family East?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everybody in my family East Baltimore. Some of my mother's side of the family is from West Baltimore.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But you mainly like
I'm mainly East Baltimore. I'm mainly East Baltimore.
Okay. All right. So so at the high school, was it college or?
Yeah. So at the high school, I went to junior college for 2 years of junior college called Potomac State.
Okay.
West Virginia. And that was another time, man. It just was like, being away from home, that environment, seeing all these different ethnicities of people, you know what I'm saying? And that helped brighten my horizon. And then us traveling to different parts of the city playing ball helped me brighten my horizon too. Basketball really saved a lot of our lives growing up because it took us out of our element. Yeah. And we was able to see other things besides what we was seeing every day when we stepped out outdoors.
Exposure.
And we got some exposure. So we knew that it was more to life than just Baltimore when we was growing up. So, from the time we was 8 all the way up until now, we traveled. If it was Philadelphia, we playing AAU, we flying to Florida and down Virginia. We just go all these different places. Right. Yeah. Right.
What was your favorite place growing up to go? y'all went?
I think my first time going to Florida was my but we went to the Boo Williams tournament one year down in Virginia, man. That was crazy, man. We got crazy stories about basketball. When we go to places in the hotels and stuff. Yeah. So we had a lot of fun, man.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What does East Baltimore mean to you? Like, if you could describe East Baltimore, your neighborhood, your area. I'm gonna focus on East. What would you to a person that's like out of town and they want to know, like, they don't know about nothing in Baltimore? What would you say about East Baltimore?
The thing about East Baltimore, man, is that I think we adapt we adapt into our environment, right? So us being from East, man, we can go. East Baltimore guys can go over West and hustle. Because we learn we can adapt faster. For some reason though, from what I know, I never seen West Baltimore guys come east and try to hustle.
For real?
Not in my neighborhood anyway.
Okay.
But I seen a lot of guys that was from East Baltimore that can go west and hustle. And like I said, I just think the adaptiveness and the grittiness of us, man, we can go to different places and do those type things. But I never really seen guys from West come east and go. Like I said, like, I'm not from all over East. It might have happened, but just in my area, I just never seen it happen before.
Gotcha. Okay. So moving forward, you got we talked when I said Tip told me about you was working with kids a lot. So how did you get into that?
So me and my homeboy Keon Johnson, another good person to have on the show, man. When one of my best friends got killed, name was Yanni, and he got killed right up the street from his house in our neighborhood, right, where we be at all the time. And when he got killed, it kind of it messed a lot of us up, man. Like, we was like, damn, man, we got to do something different, and so my homeboy Keon, he came up with this idea to start a program called OC 250. So himself, along with myself and others, we all came together to help him, with his program, and we just started using the facilities or the space that we had in our neighborhoods to create safe havens.
Okay.
So we got our basketball court. Anybody that played ball that was from East Baltimore had to come up 250 and hoop.
Mm-hmm.
So it was ran down and stuff, and we went to board meetings, met with the councilors, and we said, man, we want to get our get our court fixed up.
Mm-hmm. Where's 250 at?
Right on East Huffman Street, right behind Calvin Scruggs Funeral Home.
Okay.
So we wound up getting a grant for like $500,000 to renovate the court.
Okay.
So we got the court done up, and almost every day for like 3 to 5 years, man, we had activities and events going up there that's dealing with the youth, financial literacy, yoga classes, basketball training. We invited vendors to come out and be a part of the neighborhood as they could sell their stuff.
Okay.
We do basketball tournaments every year, and we got people from like Philadelphia to come to Baltimore and play against our kids.
Okay.
Or sometimes we'll go up to Philly and play against their kids. We took our kids on trips to the zoo, to DC. We took them to the Wizards games. We just wanted to create something to show the kids, man, y'all got people that care about y'all in the community, and we're going to try our best to help y'all, mold y'all up until y'all get older, and hopefully as y'all get older, y'all see
the same thing,
and y'all can do the same thing. You got to try to recuperate that same energy, man.
Sure.
So a lot of the kids that's grown now that we mentored back then, they all grown up now. They respect us, they love us.
Yeah.
But
y'all helped them a lot.
Everything we did out of love. We ain't want them in return from nobody. And a lot of stuff we did on our own. We created, we donated, we gave our own money. We created ideas to come up with money and stuff like that. So, things like that, man. That's what got us involved. It took a tragic death.
Yeah, to spark
it, man. And so like I said, after he died, man, we just started doing that, man, and started trying to find other lanes to get in to help our kids and the youth.
Yeah. So what year did y'all start that?
Yanni died in 2012.
Okay.
It's about 2012, I think Yanni passed, and the following year we started getting the ball rolling and started doing that stuff all the way up until now.
So what y'all got to? I'm asking for a reason because me and my guy T Will, we did we was doing like, had it been like 16, 17 maybe, we was doing like, we did couple back to school cookouts, giving stuff, donating stuff to kids and all that.
We done that. We did that almost every year for like 3 to 5 years.
Right. So where we messed up at though is we didn't follow through with the whole legit part of it. Like we didn't do the non-profit thing. Like,
so actually we non-profit
okay.
LLC, and Keon is the founder of it. He's still doing it.
Okay.
He's just doing it on a smaller level. So what he's doing now is actually he'll take a group of kids and take them and travel them to like Florida, Vegas. He just take them to all these different places and call it therapeutic vacation.
Okay.
Getting them out of the environment. That's all you see.
Yeah.
And you're taking them somewhere in a different environment, and you helping them
see some new things.
And they still do that. They still do their schoolwork. Yeah. He get people that he know that do cooks. They bring the cooks with him. They eat healthy.
Right.
Stuff like that. So he's still doing that right now, man. And like I said, man, it's like people like that's doing these type of things. That's where money from the city and places need to go at, man. Because it's having the real impact that we need.
Right.
With these kids. The thing is, man, you can't sustain that stuff without funding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where sometimes they fall off at, because you'll lose some kids because you gotta continue to do that stuff.
So it was just right. Well, we can talk about that another time. But so I definitely think that sounds like exactly what we was planning on doing, and we I me personally, I had a lot of stuff going on that I needed to get right before I wasn't even focused on it, but that was my plan, because you never know, even if you change 1 to 2 lives out of your whole years doing that, that's a huge difference. Yeah. Because you don't know where that kid life could have went.
Yeah. And like I said, we see a lot of these kids today, man. Some of them, they struggling to figure out to find their identity. And we always there to to try to help them. You know, I see kids every day that's on the corner, man, and you know they'll run up to me, man, I need a job, Mr. Gary. You know, my job as you know being in the community is trying to find them resources for them. You know, if somebody that I know hiring or somebody doing certain things.
Yeah.
So you know, I try to help them, man, because I know, man, some of these kids is one way from going to jail and one foot going to be dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that impact, man, when we lose one of them kids, man, it's so hurtful, man, because you be like, damn, man, you know, we tried to help that kid, man, and he gone. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just too much of that going on.
Yeah.
Way too much. So let's get into you working with the city and the mayors and all that stuff. Well, you ran. Talk about when what made you run for office.
So between let me see, when I ran in 2018, so prior to 2018, between 2012 and 2018, I say I lost about I lost between 30 and 40 friends due to gun violence. And I always been into politics and stuff in school. It's always been interesting to me. Just learning about history and stuff like that. And losing that many friends, man, it's gonna do two things to you, man. It's gonna make you crazy. It's gonna make you strong.
Yeah.
And what I did with it, man, it made me strong enough to do something outside the box.
Okay.
And I saw an opportunity to run in my district. The guy who was the councilman, he was relieving his seat to run for mayor, so it was an open seat.
Okay.
And
that was
Carl Stokes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was thinking about
Jack.
Yeah, Jack. Because he's from East Baltimore too, right?
Jack Carl actually are they from East Baltimore.
Yeah.
They come up together. But no, Jack was the president, city council president at the time.
Okay.
You know, then he became mayor because of the situation with
the lady.
The shit with Miss Dixon.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I ran and I was like, man, I want to do something different. You know, I'm out in the community anyway. I'm doing stuff that a lot of councilmen are actually the stuff that I was doing. A lot of councilmen wasn't doing the work that I was doing.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of them, the new councilmen and stuff now, they doing that stuff, but I was doing that stuff prior to me running in 2018.
So you already had a resume.
I was in the trenches with the community, man,
Okay.
and I said, man, I want to give it a shot, see how I do, and I had a good team behind me. It's my first time ever running for office.
Anything political? It's your first time running?
First time doing anything.
Okay.
You know, like I said, I knew about political stuff. I read about it, but I never like put my foot in it.
Right.
But once I got involved in it, man, I was like, okay, I mean, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? I had a team behind me. We was out there knocking doors. I mean, we had it, man. You know, and I came up short, man. You know, I got the Baltimore Sun endorsement, which is a big thing when you're running for office. Like the Baltimore Sun endorses the candidates that they would like to see in office.
Okay. Well, that's what's up.
So I got that endorsement over everybody that was running.
Okay.
You know.
That's a good look.
And you know, my backstory is that, you know, I was locked up before. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to go through the criminal justice system. I understand the stuff that a lot of these people, you know, our young kids, women and men are going through as far as trying to earn money and try to support themselves and their families. And but when I came out of there, I had a different perspective of life. Like, I know whatever I was doing out there wasn't worth it. You know, so I had a backstory behind why I was running, and I think my story resonated with hundreds of thousands of young men and young women that, you know, that come from the city that you know, that understand what I went through.
Right.
And you know, that was the story I was pushing. You know, I was, you know, a different type of leadership, a different type of mindset. I was going down there with a fresh pair of eyes of what was going on in the streets today,
right,
and not 30 years ago.
Yeah. And
that's
the biggest thing, especially with getting younger people and people to get in tune with it. They want to vote for somebody that they can relate to.
Yeah.
Because the average, I ain't gonna say don't nobody, but the average person doesn't really pay attention or get into that part of the politics and stuff.
Our younger generation, especially, I mean, through a lot of inner cities, the younger generation, 18 to 35, they really don't vote like we should. You know what I'm saying? Right. And a lot of it has to do with the bad image of politics that's been going on for the last couple of decades.
Yeah.
So you know, a lot of them kind of tone their deaf tone ear to a lot of it because it's like, man, look where I live at. I mean, ain't nothing changed. Y'all keep going down to these offices.
Right.
And you know, but I say that as that, you know, Baltimore wasn't destroyed in 2-3 decades. It took a mile.
Yeah.
It took some
long
time to get the Baltimore to be the way it is.
Right.
And Baltimore is not bad as we think it is. I mean, the violence has always been here. The violence is something that we still gotta kind of work on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell people, man, like, only way you're gonna be able to change something if you change it.
Right.
So that's why I ran.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to infiltrate a system that has been ran by people that's been in office for so long
and give it a facelift.
And give it a facelift, and then try something new.
Right.
But in 2018, the first time in 30 years, the council had all new people in there. It was the first time in 30 years that the council hasn't had all new incomers. So in that, it was about 4 or 5 newcomers that got elected in 2018 that took over people who been in office for a long time.
Right. So that was a good thing.
Okay. So like most of the councils down there now are new. They got about 4. They got 4 years and 8. They got about 8 years in now. So because you run every 4 years.
Yeah.
So they got about 8 years in now.
They younger or older?
They younger.
Okay.
The 4 to 5 that got elected probably was between 30 and maybe 35, 36, something like that.
That's what's up.
You know, Brandon, when he got elected mayor, he was the youngest mayor of the you know, in the, for Baltimore ever.
Okay.
So, you know, it's I wanted to be. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go down there and do that. A lot of the people on the council, I know Brandon. You know, they always gave me encouraging words and stuff like that. And so, you know, that's what I ran, man. You know, I ran in 2018. I came in 3rd place out of the 9 people that ran.
Oh, that's good. I
ran again in 2020. Yeah, I ran again in 2020 when the pandemic hit.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff was stagnated. You couldn't do a lot of stuff, and it kind of hurt me by me being a grassroots candidate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Couldn't get out there and
I couldn't really
put your face out.
I couldn't raise no money and stuff like that. Right. But I gave it a shot though. You know what I'm saying? And they know who I am. They know.
You gotta keep going for it.
Yeah. Everybody asks me if I'm gonna do a 3rd term. I told them I'm thinking about it, man. You know, try to go for it. You know, maybe the 3rd time. I'm lucky. You know, I get in there.
Every time a charm.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, we need somebody that we can relate to. Like the everybody that I know that you know, is no way that even if they don't vote, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, he doing this. I know he a good dude, and I know what he gonna do.
Yeah.
Any one of us.
Right.
So that's gonna bring a whole nut. Cause I don't. The guy Brandon is the only person that I ever. Well, I don't even know him, but I mean, like it don't make people want to vote for him because he's a young black dude and stuff that was going on.
It's probably our councilman now is probably the more attainable people to get with than prior years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They more intact with what's going on in the community.
Right.
They're out there in the field. You can touch them.
You
can speak to them direct eye to eye.
Right. Which is good.
So that stuff, that's some of the stuff that has changed over the last couple of decades than prior to, you know, past decades.
Okay. So if anybody that's listening and they was curious or ever wanted to do that, what's the process of running? Like, how do you get into?
Well, like you want to be a staple in your community, somebody that's, you know, always in the community, known to assist people, known to you know, help people. It's also great to go to all your community meetings in your community, so you can learn about, you know what's going on, what's the issues, and then basically, man, you know, you just go downtown and you file the run. I mean, it's no.
Oh, okay.
It's no. You don't need no diploma. You don't need no college degree.
So anybody could legit go down there.
Legit run, man.
Oh, okay.
Anybody can legit run. Yeah.
If
you got the passion,
gave me an idea.
you got the passion. You got the passion, and you got a good family, and you got a good amount of friends behind you, that's your team right there.
Okay.
You don't need nobody else.
Just push
see,
it.
people think that what has happened over the last couple of decades is that other influences has been involved in our city, and when the money and stuff come in and all that stuff it corrupts. It corrupts things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I always wanted to be that grassroots person, man. Just any money I get, I'm getting it from friends and family. I'm getting from my guys that I know that own businesses.
Okay.
I'm going into the community stores, asking for donations, the community barbershops, asking for donations. I wanted to always try to keep myself away from things that might seem like I might have to owe somebody, or you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see, people think like that stuff really happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's hard for you to win when you can't raise a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I think when I ran in 2018, I raised a couple $1,000, but my work ethic was the reason why I came close to winning.
Okay.
Because I was out there on the ground, because I already had a history of doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what got me close to winning.
Okay.
It wasn't about the money.
Right.
The money just was there to help me push the information out.
Okay.
But most of it came from me just, beating the ground.
Right. Making putting your face out there. Okay. So did that? I know you said you went again, and you said you thinking about it a third time. So did it discourage you from?
It didn't discourage me. I mean, that first time, man, it took a lot out of me the first time, man. I think I got some of this gray hair from when I ran that time, man. And, it didn't discourage me. It actually encouraged me to run again. That's why I ran again.
Okay.
But I do know that it does take a lot of time away from your family. I'm married. I got a beautiful wife. I got 2 kids, and it takes that when you running, man. There's a lot of obligations you got to meet.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to
cut that family time short.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you make that commitment, you got to have your family behind you, saying, "Oh, look, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do."
Right. Yeah.
But you want to make sure that, like me, I'm not gonna be running just to be running. I want to run to win.
Right.
So, you're not gonna see me like all over the place, keep running for this office, that office, that office. If I'm focused on running for city council, I'm gonna run for city council.
And that's what you wanted.
That's what I want to do. If one day I want to run for mayor, I'm gonna run for mayor. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
I'm not gonna, you strategize and you attack what you want to do. You don't go from this place to that place to that place, because now you're just all over the place.
Yeah.
And you're trying to, like, you're chasing.
And it could look like, do you really want to be in here, or you really just doing this just to put your face in?
Yeah, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to have that.
So what is when you say city council? What is the actual definition of city council?
So your city councilmen, right? They pass laws. They create bills for the city, for the city. They speak on your behalf for a lot of things, a lot of issues that you got going on in your community. The councilmen is responsible for passing the budget.
Okay.
They say yeah or nay if the budget is supposed to be.
Okay.
And then once they pass it, it goes to the mayor to sign off. But a lot of the issues been that. So our charter, which is basically the bylaws of our city government, has been outdated for so long. So when the new council got and actually, facts, man, when I ran in 2010, I was the one bringing up the fact that the charter was outdated.
Okay.
And it needed to be updated.
Okay.
And a lot of the stuff in there was holding us back. And then as soon as the new council got elected in 2018,
they did that.
They started handling it. They started fixing the charter issues and trying to get stuff passed.
So if you ain't bring that up, they would have still been the same, more than likely.
I'm gonna say I'm give myself credit.
Yeah.
I was bringing it up in all the debates.
So does that like? I know that's like a gift and a curse, because you do want to let them know this is what I'm planning to do, but at the same time they can still your idea and then do it themselves. So is it kind of like a?
I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's for the benefit of the city.
Right. So okay.
It doesn't matter if I pass it or they pass it.
True.
It just needs to get passed so it can get done for the benefit of the city.
Right.
It's not about
regardless of who doing it. It's
doing
getting done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because as a councilman, you need votes. So everybody got to play some type of part. You might need you might need 6-7 votes to pass a bill. So at some time you gotta have to do some favors for your other councilmen, so y'all gonna all be on the same page. So when this important bill come through, we can get it through without no issues.
Right. So what would you say if you was pitching I ain't gonna say pitch your campaign, but what's one of the like biggest things that you wanted to get changed in the whole, like, if you was to get that spot?
Well, at that time when I was running, and even to now, like I said, the violence was the number one issue for a lot of. Matter of fact, that was the number one issue throughout the whole city was the violence. And one thing I was trying to do, I was trying to create ways that we can tackle some of our young kids committing crimes. Like, we have so many kids graduating high school that's not going to college and can't find a job. So those kids are the ones that's out on the streets right now committing all the crimes, the carjackings, the homicides.
Right.
These are kids from probably 15 going to about 30. You know what I'm saying? And so one thing I wanted to do was, like, you know how in crime, right, we create these task forces, right? We create these task forces to go find criminals and do this, and people that, that's causing violence in the city. I wanted to create a job task force.
Okay.
Whereas though, what we'll do is go out in the city. We got 12 passenger vans. We already got the resources. We already got the job connections. And what we doing is we basically going out on the streets. I don't care if we go every day or we pick some days. And what we doing is we go into all the neighborhoods where we know the crime is at. We grabbing up the guys saying, hey, we got jobs for you right now. All you gotta do is get in this van. We're gonna take you right to the place and we gonna get you started.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have to go get the people.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's just how it is.
Because you can because they'll make a whole lot of excuses if you don't. Right. I can't get there. I'm doing this. We'll come.
And it's crazy. Like I told you, man. Right now, you can go on any corner in Baltimore City, man, and there's 15 to 20 guys on the corner. Out of those 15 to 20 guys, you're going to get about 5 or 6 of them that want to work.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's 5 or 6 lives you can save right then and there.
Yeah.
So again, that's the type of stuff I was trying to think about when I was running. You know what I'm saying? And how was I able to do it? Even sometimes, man, you got to come out your own pocket.
Yeah.
I'm a councilman, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to help my district. I'm getting paid $70,000, $80,000 a year, whatever the salary is right now. I'm going to find a way to go get some donations. We're gonna get this, and I'm gonna set it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And these are the type of things you have to do if you want to have an impact on what's going on in the city.
Right.
I mean, it's not hard to do.
Right.
It's just that, do you have the will to do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what you saying, it reminds me a lot about Safe Street. How you feel about that?
I love Safe Streets, man, and a lot of people don't really, people do, but they don't give them the justice that they really need, because last year we was at 300 and something plus murders, right? If it wasn't for Safe Streets, we've been at 400 and something.
Okay.
And I know this because I know a lot of guys in Safe Streets that's actually helping squash some of these beefs that's got going on. They can't save everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the stuff that they're doing is having an impact of saving some lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
one of the things I wanted to do when I ran, I wanted to make sure that we increased the funding for Safe Streets.
Yeah, they need it.
And not only increase the funding, but if we give them more money to be able to go hire some of them guys that's out there, because that's what they're doing. They're doing it slowly but surely, but they can't do it at a fast pace because they don't have the money to do it. Exactly. So I think one of the things the mayor did is they took Safe Streets from they put the Safe Streets under the mayor's office now.
Okay.
I believe it was under the health department one time. I think it's in the mayor's office now. But those are the things that we got to continue to do. We got to make sure we keep giving them, keep funding them. Like on Bel Air Road had 0 homicides last year up in that Bel Air Road area. Previous to that, man, Bel Air Road was a death zone up there.
Yeah, yeah.
So those guys that's up there, they got a system going, whereas though the guys that's up there doing whatever they're doing are in line with what's going on.
Okay.
And that's basically what you want.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Drugs, as long as drugs are being made, drugs are going to be, it's always going to be sold.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can decrease the violence in the neighborhoods,
Yeah.
then you know you can work on the drugs later.
Right.
So those are the things that you have to have. You have to have that system in place for the things like that to happen. So if they can continue to fund Safe Streets and get them money, they'll be able to create that system that they did at Bel Air Road and do it in other places. It's just going to take some time.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, man, we losing too many people every year.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's definitely a great plan. I definitely think we like you. Well, you said you're gonna think about it, so I ain't gonna press you on it. So now you working down the mayor's office now, right?
Yeah. So my occupation right now is I work for the mayor's office, homeless service. What we do is we go out on the streets and deal directly with people that's out in that's homeless on the streets.
Okay.
And we try to get them services. We try to get them shelter. Try to get them treatment. Get them into treatment programs. Anything that's going to help them, you know, get off the streets and into some type of housing, temporary housing or shelter. You know, especially during the wintertime where, you know, people can freeze to death and stuff like that. So that's my occupation now. You know, I don't call it. It's not even my job, man. It's you don't call something you love work.
Yeah.
So you know, I love doing this and this. So it's
that's the best thing to do. For your occupation to be something you love to do. That you'll never get tired of.
Yeah.
So, what you was you may have had a post the other day and they was giving you an award.
No. So the second thing is I just got sworn in.
Okay.
I'm on the Sustainability Commission. Basically, what that is it's like a 21 member board, and we get to look at a lot of legislation. We get to look at bills and stuff that the city wants to pass and wants to take it to the state level. We get to vote on those things.
Okay.
So it's all about staying engaged. For me, staying engaged about what's going on in the city, getting that information. Giving that information out to people in the community so they can know what's going on and just staying connected. So I'm always looking to try to, you know, if I can get on a board, you know, that's the stuff that I'm trying to do to keep myself knowledgeable what's going on and passing
staying in the loop.
Yeah, and staying, you know, and keep passing the information on to, you know, the custodians in the neighborhood.
Right. Okay. So what as far as how long you had that position? The position you got right now with the homelessness.
I just started this year.
Okay.
No, actually last year in November.
So what is it? Because I know they had my cousin used to work down at the bar in that hotel on President Street.
Yeah.
And they turned that into.
So most of the hotels we have are being, some of the hotels downtown are being used for shelter for the homeless.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic.
Right.
And they had to use the hotels because, you know, you had to be distance from each other.
Right.
So some of the shelter that they had was more compound dense, you know, so the hotels, you know, get your own room, stuff like that.
Okay.
But so yeah, that's the type of, you know, that's what they was being used for. But I guess as the cases go down and things try to get back to normal, the goal is to make sure that all those people get housing.
Okay.
And not come back to the street.
So now they basically got their own apartments, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's temporary housing until they get them in permanent housing.
Okay. That's what's up. And is it a way that they like is anything going on to help them get back into society, like as a
Well, you know, a lot of that stuff, man, you know, you got so many different barriers when you're dealing with the homelessness, man. Mental health, substance abuse.
Right.
A lot of them have a lot of different issues going on that you have to, you know, help them with first, so they can kind of get back into society.
Right.
But that's what we're here for, you know, us and a lot of the other services that's going around also that's trying to help them do the same thing. It's a great thing, man, and yeah.
So that is that like what's your number one goal with this position?
Man, you know, just to help as many people as you can.
Okay.
I mean, we only can do but so much as individuals.
Yeah.
But you know, homelessness is not a crime. Homelessness is not a disease. Every last one of us, if you ain't a millionaire or you wealthy, everybody is one check away from being homeless.
That's a fact.
And I tell people all the time, man, you know, you'll see somebody today that's balling, and the next couple months they might be out on the street.
That's
so
a fact.
you gotta be blessed, man. The stuff man, there's a lot of stuff in the city that people don't know about. These encampments, we got a lot of encampments in our city, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like people actually like living out in the woods, and a lot of them, some of them just fell on hard times. They lost their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And but what I can say about them, man, they resilient, man. They doing the best they can to live the best way they can out there. Yeah. So
I used to work in a rehab clinic, Gaudensia, the one out on Owens Mills, and the people that would come in there, because that's they stay there. They live there for up to 90 days, and them people that come in there with them stories, the guys that was living in the woods and stuff like that, things like that, and they just they go get right. Some of them go right back to it, get they check when they was doing the stimulus checks and all that. They gone right after, and some of them come in there and change their lives. So I'm super familiar with everything you talking about. Was there ever any politicians that you looked up to or like motivated you?
Cory McCray, he's the Senate.
Okay.
He's the Senate right now. U.S. Senator. Maryland Senator for our district, which is 45.
Okay.
He crazy man. He got a similar background to he come up.
Okay.
Hood. Yeah, man,
okay.
And he's a senator now. So I read about his story. I seen him come. And he basically, what he was doing and what he did, that's exactly what I was trying to do.
Okay.
Coming from the neighborhood I came from, growing up to where I grew up, and just trying to improve as life got on and make those changes and become something positive. And he was one that I looked up to. I like a lot of the new councilmen that's out there. Zeke, he's a councilman in Councilman Zeke in District 1. Felicia Porter. Who else? My man Antonio Glover in District 13.
Okay.
Brandon. Brandon. I think Brandon's doing the best that he can right now. Everybody gotta give him time, man.
Yeah.
Everybody gotta give him time.
I feel like anybody in those type of seats, whether it's a president, mayor, stuff like that, you don't get to see the effects until later. So, but you get judged off of what's going on.
No one man or woman is going to change a city overnight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All you can do,
especially not Baltimore.
All you gotta do is you come in there and you give it your best. You're doing the right things. Like I said, what he's doing and what the new council people are doing, they're changing the infrastructure of City Hall, how it's being ran, how the laws are being changed. They started from the inside.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's great.
You got to start from the inside and work your way out.
Exactly.
And I always tell people, you got to remember, we live in 2 Baltimores. The butterfly. So you have one Baltimore that want to see a lot of people locked up, zero tolerance, arrested.
True. And
you have the other Baltimore that's living in poverty, that's dealing with a whole lot of trauma and a lot of different things that's going on in neighborhoods. Neighborhoods look like, look like how they look.
Right.
and that's why it's so hard to fix a lot of stuff, man, because you trying to please 2 Baltimores, man, and everybody not on on the same page.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, like I was talking to my coworker today, like we understand that how much violence is in the city, but we also lived through the point where they was locking everybody up, and innocent people was going to jail, people were getting drugs planted on them. So what I try to explain to the other side of Baltimore is that you got to understand where this side of Baltimore is coming from. Where y'all want to see everybody locked up and taken away, thrown away.
Right.
We got to come to some type of agreement of how we police and how we prosecute people and things of that nature, man. And that's how we fix the problem. We're not going to fix it by locking everybody up.
Right.
We already saw that, and that didn't work.
Yeah.
And that created a whole generation of kids with no mothers and no fathers. So we don't want to go through that again.
So you think it's possible to bridge that gap?
Yeah, it can be. It could be bridged. It's going to take a whole bunch of leadership from a lot of different people. People that don't look like us.
Yeah.
Minorities, everybody come together, just figuring out like, okay, this is what we got. You know what I'm saying?
We got you feel like we got any of the people that don't look like us on the outside?
Yeah. We got people that don't look like us on the outside, man. Either if they working behind closed doors, or if they working, in front of us. But there's a lot of people that's out there that's trying to work with us. I know I have worked with people. One thing you do, man, like me as a community leader, one thing I do is, man, is like I'll go to people that doesn't look like me and say, hey, man, this is what we got going on. This is what we trying to do. We would like for you to be involved. And then, you show them the blueprint, you show them what you're doing, and then they'll be like, okay, we see what you got, and then they'll get involved.
Okay.
It's the same thing that goes on in the city as far as anything, man.
Yeah.
But you just gotta make sure the people that's doing it in good faith.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. So we gonna go back to East Baltimore. Tell me favorite food spot in East Baltimore. What you feel like the best food spot in Baltimore?
Best food spot.
East Baltimore. We gonna stay on your side.
East Baltimore favorite.
It could be
spot.
carry out. It could be.
I mean, listen, we had one of the best carryouts ever, man, which was we called it the Orange Store. It was up on Harford Road in Harford and what is that? Oliver. It was on Harford and Oliver.
Okay.
It's no longer there no more.
Okay.
But you talking about the chicken boxes, the chicken nuggets and French fries,
Okay.
cheese on there. Orange Store was the best, man. We had the best Orange Store. We had the best one of the best carryouts in the city, man.
Okay.
They left about 10 years ago, man.
Damn.
But other than that, I don't really know, man. I'm a picky eater anyway.
I feel you. Who would you say the best outside of yourself? Who would you say the best hooper come out of East Baltimore?
Out of East Baltimore, man, you gotta go through a list.
That's why. All right, well, give me your top 5. Your favorite. Give me
my favorite.
Yeah. Top 10 or 5. However many you got.
Well, I gotta go with my family first. My cousin Keon.
Okay.
He was a point guard for St. Francis during the time when he was like ranked nationally.
Okay.
And he led them in assists. He was a team floor leader, and I believe he won 2 national I think he won 2 championships while he was down there, if I'm not mistaken. Mark Karcher.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Yeah, always hear about Mark Karcher.
Yeah, Mark Karcher is one of the best high school players ever.
Yeah.
Mo Hatton.
Okay, always heard about his big bucket.
Mo Hatton, Mike Lloyd.
Okay.
And Mike, I think from West Baltimore though.
Okay, I'm familiar with that name.
Yeah, Mike Lloyd from West.
Okay.
You got Dante Bright.
Okay.
You got I'm gonna go with some of the young generation. Malcolm Delaney.
Okay. Bucket.
Yeah, Malcolm been putting to work for a long time, man.
Yeah.
Will
Doing
Barton.
his thing overseas too.
Will Barton.
A bucket.
Yeah, Will Barton is one of the top players over East Baltimore. When he's done, he's gonna be legitimately top 10.
From Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then you got legends like Muggsy.
Yeah.
Shit, man, it's
a lot of.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. One of my homeboy Keon Johnson. Shorty was a good ball player too. He one of the best point guards I seen play.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we went when we went to Boo Williams tournament that year. We played against JJ Riddick.
Okay.
He went bucket for bucket.
For real. JJ was nice back then too.
What?
This was high school.
Yeah, that's why he went to Duke.
Okay.
But I think Keon scored. I think he dropped 40 that game. And I was on I was just watching. Like when he was there, I was watching. I was like, dang, I ain't never seen a man play like this. But that probably was his best game ever.
Okay.
Going against Yo. But who else? Like I said, there's a lot, man, coming from East, man. But they some of my favorite players. Watch growing up. Michael Lloyd.
Okay.
I mean, not Michael Lloyd. Kevin Norris.
Okay.
Shante Rogers.
Okay.
Those legends, man. They legends, man. They goats.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they goats, man.
Okay. We gotta wrap up. We wrapping up now, coming to a close. So, with I want to see what. Oh, so what I always ask everybody, who would you recommend to come to do this same series?
Yeah.
So same type time, representing where you from, all that. So who would you recommend to come on?
Yeah, like I said, I told you about most definitely my homeboy Keon Johnson.
Okay.
He'll be a good person to bring on. Like I said, he got a lot of stuff going on, dealing with the youth right now, and the stuff I was telling you about him.
Okay.
Definitely be somebody that you can holler at.
Cool.
He just was on my live.
Okay.
Yeah, so
we can definitely set that up.
Yeah.
We can definitely set that up. And my last question is, what do you feel like? I'm trying to see if I want to base it off what you're doing versus all just as. Or I'm gonna ask you as a person outside of everything you're working on. What do you feel like Baltimore made you? Not just East Baltimore. What does Baltimore make you as a person? And I ask that because when I say this on a lot of episodes, when you go out of town, people always hit you with this. They really like The Wire, all that stuff, and that's one of the reasons why I started this, because we got more to offer than that.
Right.
We bring more to the table. So, what do you feel like Baltimore means to you, and what has it made you as a person?
Baltimore means to me is my city that I love, man. Like the saying goes, man, if you can survive this town, man, you can make it anywhere. I mean, Baltimore is a small town, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, it's gritty, and if you have a strong mental aspect, you can make it, you know what I mean? What has made me, man, it's made me a great father, it made me a great husband, and to me, family is the number one thing for me. Because I tell people all the time, man, you know, the generation I grew up, man, we come from broken homes. None of our parents was married. We didn't grow up with our mothers and fathers. So what Baltimore has made me is to understand that I didn't want to continue that generational curse.
Right.
And that if I became a husband or if I came a father, I'll do better than what I came from.
Right.
And that's got to be the mindset for everybody. I'm not saying everybody got to get married.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that our mindset has to be that we have to do better than what we come from.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that if we don't become better than what we come
same
from,
shit gonna keep happening.
we just recycle the stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
So, you know, my message to our city in Baltimore, man, is that try to be better than where we come from, and put that into your kids, to your wives, girlfriends, and just, you know, just be better.
Right. Circling back, because what you just said made me think of this. You said you was locked up at one point. So before you got to where you are now, was you on a different path and it turned around, or was just something that happened?
No, I think with me, when I looked at hustling, right, I never looked at it as, and this just was my mental, I never looked at it as something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Okay.
And I think that's where a lot of our young kids
got caught up in
that we can do this for
career.
You can do this, it's like a career job, and it's not,
Yeah.
because history has showed us only two things are going to happen to you if you continue to run. Is you're going to go to jail, you're going to die. But with me, I was hustling really to help me pay for college.
Okay.
Because, not to pay for college, but again, I was raised with my grandmother. My grandmother ain't making no money.
Yeah.
I'm 18, 19 years
Just to
old.
take care of yourself in college.
I got to wash clothes.
Yeah.
I got to eat.
Yeah.
And things of this nature. That's, I mean, the stories you hear about these big D1 players, when they go to college, they steal the laptops, they eat oodles and noodles.
Because they ain't got it.
Ain't nobody got no money. So you gotta it was me coming home during the summer, trying to hustle up some money to take back to school.
Right, okay.
And then when I got out of school, I just kind of tried to continue it, but I knew that's not what I wanted to do. But at that time, it wasn't really no job opportunities there for me.
You had to do what you had to do.
So, you know, as I matured and I got older, and then all it took was somebody to give you a chance. And one of my homeboys hired me one time to do some data entry stuff. Okay. And from there, I just took off.
That's what's up. And here you are today.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on.
Already.
Definitely got me more interested in following the politics, as I ain't gonna lie, I never really, well, I'm more interested in Baltimore politics anyway. I don't necessarily follow it, but the global politics and all, I don't really get in it because it's too.
But see, it's good to get into all that though, because it teaches you it teaches you, like, people don't say it teaches you a lot of stuff, what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to be genuine with yourself. See, I'm genuine with myself. So the person that I'm running, the person who I'm on today, when I'm running for office, that's who I am.
Same person.
I don't have to put no suit on and change and try to be a certain way.
Gotcha.
But if I put my suit on, I'm be who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not changing, what I'm like. This is who I am.
Right,
I want you to vote for me based on who I am. Guess what?
Yeah.
You would rather have somebody authentic in office
That's a fact.
than somebody that's playing
That's a fact.
behind, like, or trying to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
And so my message to a lot of people in the city, man, when y'all see these young people out here and they out here trying to, run for office and y'all know they authentic and they doing their thing, man, support them people, man, because these are the people that we want in office, man.
Right. Because they gonna look out for us.
Right, they're gonna make sure that they take care of the community first, and they're gonna make sure that they keep things intact. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want from your politicians. Right, you want somebody that's gonna be authentic and keep things intact.
So, do you feel like because I feel like somebody would be discouraged to try to get into politics or try to get in that. You feel like this is something that, do you encourage people to jump into it?
I tell people all the time, man, everybody should. If you in your community doing stuff and you got a hold of the people in the community and you got an ear to the streets, you should run for office.
Okay.
You should run for office. You can run for the central committee in that district, which is not it's not a paid job. It's like a non like volunteer type job.
Okay.
But you get voted on.
Okay.
But if make sure it's your passion though. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta make sure it's your passion. And just make sure you're doing it to help somebody. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not about politics. Should never be about influencing yourself. It should be about helping the people that you representing.
Right.
And one day I think we have to start doing it now, because what's happening is that Baltimore demographics is changing, and a lot of stuff is going on that people don't know about, like the redistricting of the city, and it's going to cause a lot of different things to happen as far as voting. And if people, and I'm not, just read between the lines, man, the demographics are changing in our city.
Yeah.
And if we don't come out and vote,
city gonna look a lot different.
It's gonna be a lot different in the next about 5-10 years. If people don't,
So we gotta pay attention more to what's going on.
Pay attention to what's going on.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes. So I thank you for coming on and giving us all this game. You definitely brought my attention to what's going on more, and I'm gonna definitely be more aware. I had a conversation with somebody. I know I keep going, but I had a conversation with somebody, and I was talking about politics, and I think it rubbed them the wrong way, because I just told them, like, I don't really have no faith in it, because it seemed like everything we try to go for, we just, like with the whole president debate, everybody was just including me, everybody was in a rush to get Trump out, and then as soon as Biden in, it's like now they turning their back on Biden.
See, you know what's happening, because at the end of the day, you got to be held accountable for what the things you said. So President Biden has to be held accountable for the things he said he was going to do. He said he was going to cancel student debt. He didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? He said he was going to do this and do that. He didn't do it.
Right.
So I tell people, like, we grew up in this is a Democratic town. Baltimore is a Democratic town. I ran as a Democrat, but at the end of the day, you vote for the person that reflects
no matter the party.
Right, no matter the party. You vote for the person that reflects on who you are and what you want done. So that's what happened. Biden gave us this, and people that that reflected that, they voted for him. But we all know that sometimes politicians say things, and I mean,
Yeah.
that's when Obama was in office. They want Obama to do everything,
Mm-hmm.
but he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So, just hold him accountable.
Mm-hmm.
He got a couple more years for this year, and then next election coming up, and the people that's at the table with him, or the people that's in his ear, gotta let him know, like, man, look, you gotta come to the table
Right.
and make things right.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, or it's not gonna look good in 2024.
Right. That's a fact. Yeah, I appreciate you giving that game. And I like I say, I know people that's watching and listening gonna want you to run too. So I hope you do end up doing that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm talking to my family, my wife, and see what's best for us, man. And I'm Muslim, so I put all my faith on the law, man.
Okay.
And if that's what it's meant to be. That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna.
And if you do, you got a place to come and put your petition out there with us on the show. So you definitely got a place here. You can come and get a whole nother demographic watching this. So they appreciate you coming. Everybody that's listening, please subscribe to the YouTube, the podcast apps. All the link is in my bio on the social media pages and all that. And keep coming, keep listening, and still got more stuff coming for you. We need answers. We out. Good shit. That was good.